E3, the place where gaming companies would collide and go to war with one another by showcasing millions upon millions of games and consoles from time to try and attempt to get you, the gamer, to buy every single thing that is presented on the big screen. Well, that is now basically dead, as there is no E3 this year, and every company that used to showcase anything and everything have started to either stop going to E3 or start doing their own live or online events without having to go near the E3 platform. However, before we take a look at why E3 is in the mud, let's go back in time to a place where E3 was in its prime, and it was at this E3 that got me hyped for what was to come for E3 year after year. E3 2015 had it all from robot dinosaurs, Uncharted.
It's definitely Sam's tower. Come on, this way. Pardon me.
Fallout 4, Final Fantasy, No Man's Sky. Obviously it didn't start out too well, but it got there in the end. And then the one and only
Metal Gear. It can't be.
And this is when I was hooked. This showing Metal Gear at an E3 event? Count me the fuck in. All of these games that were showcased were just my cup of tea, and my zombie gamer brain was hyped to say the least, as I couldn't wait to play these games. And oh my god, were these games a treat. The amount of times I was playing on Fallout 4 and building settlements, to going on to Metal Gear Solid 5 and fucking sneaking into camps and taking everyone and anyone out who got in my way, to then fucking taking out robot dinosaurs a year later, to then also playing Uncharted and fucking shooting everyone just to get a bit of treasure. And they say I'm not the bad guy, but as big as E3 2015 was, it was about to get even bigger when a year later Sony hit the biggest home run of all time by showcasing every single game known to mankind, showcasing a fuck ton of exclusives from Days Gone, Spider-Man, God of War, The Last Guardian, Horizon Zero Dawn again, and Death Stranding, aka the walking simulator, to then opening the door to third-party games like Resident Evil, Call of Duty and Crash Bandicoot, remaking that game from the ground up. And oh my god, what a year it was, as all of these games I have completed. Even Death Stranding. Walking the whole of America just to realize that your mum is the fucking person that's actually fucking taking anyone and anything out. Yeah, anyway, even though this for me was the greatest showcase I've ever seen at E3, I also think it might have been the worst thing to happen at an E3 event. Now hear me out, as I know most of you are screaming at me whilst watching this video, but after PlayStation hit that Hail Mary in 2016, my hype for E3 wasn't the same, as I was constantly hoping for some major company to hit the main stage and hit those heights once again. But unfortunately, it never happened, and year after year after year, the hype just started to slowly fade away, and also companies started to fade away from E3 too. Like Sony. The guys that brought you so many games at E3 decided to say fuck it, we're doing our own thing in 2019, as they started showcasing games on State of Play. And it was at this moment the E3 coffin had been made, in my opinion, as there still may be a rivalry between Xbox and PlayStation, but we haven't seen the two companies side by side at the same event since. So when you look at E3 now, it's just mainly to see what games each company has got cooking and not which event was better. For me, this hasn't done E3 any favours at all, and it also doesn't help that the majority of games at E3 are full of E3 moments to try and get you, the gamer, gamer to buy some of these so-called epic games, but when the game comes out, trash, shit, garbage. Remember when Cyberpunk was meant to be the next big thing, but couldn't even perform to a decent standard without bugs being everywhere? This was the most talked about game for the last few years at E3, and I know it's not E3's fault that CD Projekt Red made such a mess, but it doesn't help that companies constantly spout bullshit on their main stage. From showing amazing cutscenes and amazing gameplay to when the game comes out, you what? Where are the leaves, huh? Where are the leaves, Ubisoft? Where? I'm looking for them. I don't see them. This game fucking sucks. You know it's bad when you have companies making jokes about the bugs in their own game.
Online games are hard. They can have some nasty issues. I read on the internet that our games have had a few bugs. I did. I read it on the internet, so it's true. And that sometimes it doesn't just work.
And also the problem is that they showcase these games and make them like, oh wow, this looks really fun to play. What we're going to do is we're going to hire some guys to play the game like no one ever will.
Alright guys, you ready?
Dark Zone?
Yep. I just got a mask upgrade. I want to try it out in there. And get us some good loot.
Sweet.
Hey guys, we got people up there. Let's make sure that we do this sharp. No, I'm running in with a fucking gun and I'm going to be swearing down the mic like the arsehole that I am. And when you combine all of these things together, I genuinely believe that is why the hype has died down so much at E3. And it also doesn't help the fact that a pandemic kicked in all around the world. So no one could go to an E3 event, no one could go there live, no one could get hands-on with demos, no one could see live previews, and that is why everyone has started to do their own thing. And I think that is also a major reason why E3 is not here in 2022. So, here we are today, where there is going to be no E3 in 2022, and it makes you wonder if there will ever be another E3 again, as Microsoft and Bethesda are still showcasing their games without the former biggest event of the year.